Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for Explore SDSU with the Fowler College of Business. Want to let everybody start joining us before we get officially started. But I wanted to just make a brief introduction of myself. My name is Hema De Leon. I'm the Director of Marketing Communications for the Fowler College of Business. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Just a quick plug while you all are coming into the room. Just a great way to see a behind the scenes look at what it's like to be a Fowler student. Follow us on our social channels. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn at SDSU Fowler. This will give you a firsthand look at student stories, alumni profiles, stories about our faculty and research. So it's just a great way for you to get kind of a first look at us. So today we're really excited to have you here at Explore. And I wanted to first introduce you to our interim dean, Dr. Bruce Reinig, and he will make a brief introduction as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Hema. And good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're thrilled to have you. As Hema said, I'm Bruce Reinig. I'm the interim Thomas and Evelyn Page Dean of the Fowler College of Business. This is my 21st year at San Diego State University. I've been a faculty member for 11 years, a department chair for 8 years, and now 2 years as interim dean. I just love San Diego and San Diego State, and I'm happy to meet you today and discuss our programs. But before I begin my comments about the college, I want to take a moment and introduce you to a good friend and mentor of mine, Dr. Hector Ochoa. Dr. Ochoa is the provost and senior vice president for academic affairs, and he's in his second year at SDSU. He is the chief academic officer of the university, and in that role, he oversees all of our academic programs, student success, national accreditations for the university and its programs, as well as enrollment and admissions. So Provost Ochoa, please join us in today's event.
Thank you, Dean Reinig. Welcome, everyone, and good morning from San Diego, California. First of all, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you on your admission to San Diego State University. This is no small feat. We received over 100,000 applications for admission, and I congratulate you on your admittance. It's a true honor. I want to say that when we look at San Diego State University, we're a nationally ranked institution. The latest rankings for the U.S. News and World Report rank us 65th as university of all public universities in the United States. And as one thing that I think is very important is our graduation rate. Our graduation rate from U.S. News and World Report, we rank 9th in graduation prediction rate in the country, which I want to emphasize that it is very important as a parent of kids who've gone through the university and graduated, that when you come here, we will do everything in our power to provide the support structures that you need to graduate. We're very proud of our graduation rate. And if you come here, we feel we have a strong responsibility to do everything in our power to see you graduate. I want to also acknowledge, and I know this has been a unique time for you in high school. Many of you, if not all of you, have been in a virtual environment. And I would like to thank your parents for their support in getting ready to help you launch your college career. Again, I welcome you to this session, and I look forward to meeting each one of you and your parents. And I hope that you will select San Diego State as your college of choice. Welcome and good morning.
Thank you, Provost. And today you will hear about the college and how we are taking specific action to support those high graduation rates that Provost Ochoa just referred to. Maybe I'll begin by giving you an overview of the Fowler College of Business. We were founded in 1955, and we are proud of the fact we've been AACSB accredited since 1959. That's over 60 years. We have a long history of excellence in business education, and we have over 60,000 alumni worldwide and over 30,000 of those alumni live right here in San Diego County in Southern California. The other half are spread throughout the United States and the world, and we like to leverage that strong alumni network when you become an Aztec in the Fowler College. We are the largest academic college at San Diego State, and that size gives us many student organizations in our college for you to join and participate in as a student. Make sure when you come to SDSU and the Fowler College, you join at least one of our student organizations. We're very proud of the quality of our business programs. As the provost mentioned, we're highly ranked. U.S. News and World Report recently ranked the Fowler College among the top 50 public business schools. We are known for providing a high quality education at an affordable cost. We are ranked especially high in entrepreneurship and international business, but we have great quality programs across the college, and you'll hear about those majors in just a bit. We are named the Fowler College of Business in honor of Ron and Alexis Fowler's generous gift to the college to help us raise funds to elevate the faculty and student experience in the college. The Fowlers are very generous philanthropists to higher education, and we appreciate them supporting San Diego State. Who is Ron Fowler, you might ask? He is, among other things, the co-owner of the San Diego Padres, so we're well tied into the community. We're very proud of our great faculty in the college. We're known for having strong researchers and strong educators that engage our students in real-world projects. So let me just give you a few examples. Our MIS department has an artificial intelligence lab, and the faculty there conduct research funded by the U.S. Navy out of Port Hueneme, and they involve students in that research. We have a VITA program in the Charles W. Landon School of Accountancy. VITA stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, and our accounting students actually file tax returns for low-income households in the community. That's a partnership program with the IRS, and it takes place in the Love Library on campus. We have hackathons and case competitions and disciplines throughout the college. We have a Women in Leadership Forum. We actually had the most recent one earlier this month, and we had business representatives there from Amazon, Google, Twitter, TikTok, Disney Plus, and others were represented. We're very tied in with the business community. We maintain advisory boards that support the college and our departments and our centers. And we like to stay engaged with businesses to help guide our curriculum. We want to make sure we are teaching the right competencies and technological skills to our students. We want you to graduate on time, and we want to prepare you to enter the workforce successfully. That is just critical for us. We use these close ties with the business community to maintain a very current and active curriculum to help shape our programs. Two other factors that I want to highlight about the college, and you're going to hear more about today. One is our Student Success Center. We have major specific advisors who will work with you your entire time here at San Diego State. And this has really been a big benefit to raising our graduation rates to the high levels they are today. Another major theme in our college is career readiness. We have a career management center that is exclusively available to Fowler students. We have career services at SDSU, which is excellence, and they serve all students, but the Career Management Center is just for our business students, and they provide excellent support on building those soft skills, professional skills, essential skills to make sure you can get an internship and then enter the workforce successfully when you graduate. And I think that would be a good place to start for our overview today. So I'm going to introduce you now to our interim director of our Career Management Center, Tina Tan.
Thank you, Dean Reinig. Hello, everyone. As mentioned, I am Tina Tan, the interim director of the Career Management Center in the Fowler College of Business. And I've been with the center for over 5 years now. I actually started in the center as the career advisor and recently took on the role of the interim director. I have over 15 years of career counseling experience at higher education institutions, and I am excited to tell you a little bit about the Career Management Center and the career services and resources that we have to offer. So I might be biased, but I believe that students come to SDSU and they choose a business major because they are very career focused. and they're really making a plan and working on this major to ultimately get a job after graduation. And the Career Management Center is here to help business majors reach that goal. As Dean Reinig mentioned, SDSU business students are really fortunate because they have two excellent resources for career information and assistance. One of those resources is the University Career Services Office, which again services all SDSU majors. And the other resource is the Career Management Center, which I am part of. So both of these are dedicated resources for career-related programs, information, advice, and support. However, the Career Management Center in the Fowler College of Business is a premium resource that is dedicated exclusively for business students, where they can get particular advice and experience related to career paths that business students pursue. The Career Management Center team is here to empower Fowler students to identify and attain successful and fulfilling business careers. And we do this by offering business-specific, business-focused resources and experiences to help students succeed. Our team also collaborates with employers and the business community to build a presence on campus and to facilitate connections with Fowler students and alumni. And we are here committed to serving Fowler students and to help them be career ready for professional success after graduation. So some of the Career Management Center resources and services that we offer include Handshake, which is our career network web portal where business majors have 24/7 access to find and apply for internships and jobs. And on Handshake, they can also connect with fellow students, alumni, and employers. And that's also where they're going to schedule appointments and learn about and register to attend Career Management Center career events. We also offer one-on-one career advising and career assessments specific to business career paths. We conduct career and professional development workshops and employer information sessions. And we've developed a career success handbook specifically for business majors, which has resources to prepare business majors for internships, jobs, and long-term professional success. We offer extensive on-demand resources that are targeted for business majors, such as major-specific sample resumes, writing materials and guides, sample interview questions dedicated to a variety of business career paths, and targeted networking resources for the kinds of events that business students may be attending. There is a weekly e-newsletter to update students on upcoming events and to inform them of current internship and job opportunities. And then lastly, there is the opportunity to participate in the Aztec Mentor Program, also known as AMP, where students are matched up with a mentor, typically is an alumni, and they can help them learn about what it is really like to work in a particular role or industry. So I just want to say that the Career Management Center is really the primary career resource for all business students. And we encourage the business students to take advantage of our services and our resources starting the first semester at SDSU, so that upon graduation, they're all career ready. So now I would like to hand the stage over to Christy Dock, the Assistant Dean for Student Affairs and Director of the Center for Student Success in the Fowler College of Business.
Thank you, Tina. And hi, everybody. Welcome to our Fowler College of Business Explore session. My name is Christy Dock. I'm the Assistant Dean here in the Fowler College of Business. I also serve as the director for our Center for Student Success, and you're going to be hearing more about that office and how we'll help you during your time at SDSU here in a few minutes. But I am on my 18th year working at San Diego State. I have the best job because I get to work with Fowler students and faculty and all of our advisors. And we're just so excited again to be here to talk to you today about Fowler. In the next few minutes in my time with you, what I'm really going to do is give you an overview of our majors and programs within the Fowler College of Business, and then highlight some engagement opportunities and ways that you can get involved, not only with Fowler, but with the SDSU community, particularly in your first couple of semesters at SDSU. As Dean Reinig mentioned, Fowler is about 6,000 students. We're the largest college on campus, and our students really have a strong identification as being a Fowler student. But within the Fowler College of Business, we're actually comprised of 5 distinct academic departments. Within each of those departments, we offer a variety of majors and minors. So that's what this screen is designed for, is to really give you an overview of the academic programs housed within the Fowler College of Business. I'm going to take just a minute to go over them. The first department is the Charles W. Lambden School of Accountancy. Within the School of Accountancy, we offer a 4-year accounting undergraduate degree. We also have a pretty unique, it's a 4+1 program that's called Bmac. So this again is for accounting students, particularly those that are majoring in accounting that are interested in sitting for the CPA, becoming a CPA and being eligible to take that exam. An option you have is to apply for the Bmac program. So if you stay for 1 extra year, you get your undergraduate degree in accounting as well as your Master of Science in accountancy. It sets you up to be eligible for the CPA exam. So that would be something that, again, for accounting students, if you're interested, something to consider. Our finance department houses 3 majors, so finance, financial services, and real estate. Our management department also has 3 majors, so general management, management major with an emphasis in human resources, as well as a management major with an emphasis in entrepreneurship. In our management information systems department, we offer a major in information systems. And in our marketing department, we offer, again, 3 majors, 1 in general marketing, 1 in marketing with an emphasis in integrated marketing communication, and 1 marketing major with an emphasis in professional selling and sales management. Along with all of these majors that I just mentioned, we also have a general business major. So again, that's sort of a highlight of our majors. One of the nice things I do like to point out, especially for those of you that will be incoming freshmen, a common question we get is students say, I know I want to have a major in business, but I'm just not really sure which discipline I want to go into. The nice part about the majors in the Fowler College is that there's a common set of preparation for the major courses. So incoming freshmen, basically your first 2 years, and we'll get into this in a little more detail here in a minute, is a combination of preparation for the major courses and general education courses. All of our majors within Fowler College of Business have the same preparation for the major courses. There's only one difference. We have 9 preparation for the major courses. Accounting students just take 8 of the 9. All the other majors take all 9 courses. So that gives you some flexibility. We can really, the first couple of years, you can take those common set of prep for the major courses and then decide, okay, this is the major I want to go into. And we'll talk about ways you can explore what major is right for you. But I did want to kind of alleviate that stress because I know it can cause students stress. If you come in as a pre-marketing major, for example, you certainly can decide to change your discipline later because, again, that prep for the major is common. A quick overview again of the Fowler College. We have just under 6,000 undergraduate students, largest college on campus again. In the pie chart, you can see where our students are distributed amongst our various majors. What I would like to transition now into is really talk about some opportunities and ways that, again, that you can get connected at SDSU. And in particular, I'm going to highlight a few that we really feel like are very beneficial for business students specifically. The first thing I would encourage you to do your first semester, your first year at SDSU, is really think about participating in what we call high impact practices. Now, high impact practices are really important, and you can see some examples on this screen of what we consider high impact practices. But there's been a lot of research and study done, not only at SDSU, but really nationally. And it shows that if students participate in high impact practices, we see a few really positive things happen. GPAs increase, retention rates increase, graduation rates increase. The other important part about participating in some of these activities is these activities can be the things that start to set you apart as you're going out to apply for positions in the workforce or maybe a graduate school later on down the road. These are the kinds of activities that can really start setting you apart. They very much make you marketable to future employers or graduate schools. So Tina already talked about internships, but I'm going to talk about a couple others: international experience, student organizations, and then particularly for those of you who are going to be incoming freshmen, your first year experience. So the first year experience, I want to particularly highlight BA 100. So again, this is for those of you that are going to be coming into SDSU as a first-time freshman next fall. We really encourage you to sign up for BA 100. BA 100 is a one-unit credit, no credit course that's taken in the fall semester of your first year. This course is really important because it's going to be taught in a small group. So there's typically 19 to 20 students, and they are all going to be business students. So all incoming freshmen, business majors. This is a great place for you to meet other business students in a small group experience. But what that class is going to cover is academic skills that we know are really important to be successful at the university level. We're going to teach you how to connect to campus resources. There is an art to understanding how SDSU works, how higher education works. So we're going to start helping you connect the dots to make sure if you need help or assistance in any way, you know where to go or who to ask to tell you where to go. We're also going to talk about specific business engagement opportunities, and you will also receive some academic advising and career advising by Fowler academic advisors and career advisors that's going to be embedded in that course. So again, when you're getting ready this summer to register for classes, keep that on your radar, BA 100. The second high impact practice I want to talk about is having an international experience. So one of the core values and one of our degree objectives within the Fowler College of Business is that our students are going to have global competency. You're going to understand how the global economy works. You are absolutely going to be getting this information and learning about this in your classes. But the best way to become globally competent and really understand and appreciate a different culture is by going abroad, travel and living abroad. We have a lot of Fowler students that go abroad, and there's a variety of ways to do so. You can go on a short-term program, you can go for a semester or a year-long program, but I just want to plant the seed because the best time for most students to go abroad is spring of your third year. So for those of you that are incoming transfer students, that's coming up pretty quickly, but for those of you that will be incoming freshmen, we do have some time. But to go abroad, it does take some planning. We have a dedicated international programs coordinator on our staff that works with all Fowler students that want to go abroad. Now, obviously, we're still in the COVID-19 pandemic, but SDSU is continuing to monitor the situation. We're very hopeful that we'll be able to start sending students abroad, in a lot higher quantity really, really soon. But again, for those of you that are incoming freshmen, really study abroad is your third year. So we have some time, and I do think things will change as far as travel goes over the next couple of years. And then finally, I want to talk to you about the importance of getting involved in a student organization. There are hundreds of student orgs all across SDSU. There is something for everybody. And my best piece of advice for those of you that will be brand new to the university this fall, if you're wanting to get involved, the best way to do it right away is by joining a student organization. Now, we have student orgs that are maybe cultural based or interest based, but a lot of them are academic based. So those are the ones that I want to focus on with you today. Within Fowler, we have 20 different student organizations that are academically related. So for every major career path, there's a student org that really translates and is very relevant for that discipline. They meet every week. You can just start attending the meetings, but these are important for a couple of reasons. One is they're a great place for you to grow your peer network. So again, these are going to be other students in the business major. It's just a nice place to start making friends, start meeting other students. Maybe they'll be in your other classes. So it's just a good place to meet other Fowler students. It's also a wonderful place to grow your professional network because what these student orgs do is almost every week, they bring in a professional speaker. So somebody from that industry. You will get to hear how did they get to the position they are? Do they have special certifications or do they have a master's degree? What was their journey? They'll talk about their job. What do they like about their job? What are the challenges of their job? They'll talk about their company. So that's a good place for you to get a feel for what kind of company culture is going to be the right fit for you. but oftentimes they're there because they're recruiting for internships and full-time employment opportunities. So you're going to get a really good feel for, okay, what is the recruiting cycle? What are they looking for? How do I want to prepare for an interview, or what does my resume need to look like? Great opportunities to really start learning that and figuring out what's the best path for you. I also mentioned that, especially for incoming freshmen, it's common for students to know they want business, but not really know what discipline of business they want to go into. Outside of, obviously your coursework, talking to your faculty, talking to your academic advisors about different career paths, you can also start attending student org meetings. These are great places to figure out, is this the right career path for me? So if you think maybe I want to major in marketing, but I don't really know what that means, or I know there's a lot of different career paths within marketing, go to the American Marketing Association meetings, because you will be hearing from people, you will be talking to students and professionals, and really it's going to help you narrow down what again is that right fit for you. So with that, I think I'm going to turn it over to Patricia Van Dam. Again, put any questions you have in the Q&A pod. We're happy to answer, and we will have time at the end of the session for questions. But I want to turn it over to Patricia Van Dam. She's our Senior Lead Advisor in the Center for Student Success.
Thank you so much, Christy. It's a pleasure to be here today. Am I all good? Can you see the video? Okay. So as you heard from our team, it's a huge university. We have so many students, but the beauty of our center is because it makes it feel really small. I've been on campus for 20 years and there's never a dull moment. We have professional advisors that this is really our passion, is to work with students to make sure that we are making a difference in your lives, that we are making this transition for you, whether you're coming in from high school into your first semester, or if you are transferring from a 2-year college. We are going to take every step of the way to make sure that you understand not only what courses you have to take, but if you have difficulties in a class, we're going to talk a little bit about tutoring. We are going to provide you with all the resources. So you heard, we have Career Management Center, we have our Assistant Dean, we have International Programs Coordinator. These are all housed together. So you don't have to be walking all over campus to be able to see one of these individuals. So this is one of my favorite shots on the screen here. As I mentioned, we have 10 dedicated academic advisors. So that makes it really individually based. These are professional advisors that have been trained not only on the curriculum, on the academics, on courses, on prerequisites, but they're going to take the time to guide you, to ask questions. How are you doing in your classes? Are you having difficulty in one course more than other? What is your goal career-wise? Is this the correct emphasis for you? So we take a lot of time and pride in working with these students individually. So this is one of the screenshots we took one of our advising sessions, and we have team meetings every Monday. So you see all our smiling faces on the screen. Even in this virtual environment, we have been helping hundreds and hundreds of students. We set up individual Zoom meetings. We have group advising sessions. So the Center for Student Success is the location where you're going to get your individualized academic advising. So as I mentioned, not only on the class schedule, but we're going to help you set up that 2-year or that 4-year graduation plan. We're going to set up all these campus resources for you. I encourage my students, I do specifically the information systems, even as the lead advisor. Obviously, I love, having my hands-on working with students directly. We encourage them to come see us at least once a semester, 1 or twice, sometimes 3 times, as many times as you need, as you feel comfortable, to make sure that you are making progress. We also don't just sit there and wait for the students to reach out to us. We launch a lot of different campaigns. So if students are on verge of academic probation, or if they are not meeting the units and the requirements that they need to go into the upper division, we're going to be proactive. We're going to be strategic and make sure that we are reaching out to them and say, we're here, make an appointment, here are our office hours. So we'll talk a little bit more about what your path and your journey is going to be. So for all the freshmen coming in, everybody starts as a pre-major. Our transfer students are coming in mostly already into the upper division. So for a bachelor's degree, traditionally is those 4 years. So for the first 2 years, all our freshmen, they will be taking a combination of preparation for the major courses, as our assistant dean, Christy Doc mentioned, combined with general education classes. So it is our job, again, to help you balance your schedule. So you're doing some business courses, some GEs, so you're not sitting at a semester only taking business courses and being overwhelmed. As you progress from those 2 years, so we're going to ensure and help you to get grades that are needed for these classes, the GPA requirement for you to get into the upper division for those last 2 years. So we are an impacted major, which means there are certain criteria on GPA, on grades, on units that students have to meet before they go into the last 2 years. So here's a little bit of a path as a pre-business major into upper division. A simple class schedule we put together because even though we're all here to help you, we like to give students an ability to be independent, to make sure that they understand what the requirements are. So we created these major academic plans. We call them maps, and they are specific per major. But as we mentioned before, the first 2 years, all the preparation for the major courses and these GE courses are going to be the same, regardless of what emphasis you choose to do. So as you see highlighted in red are these 9 preparation for the major business courses. For accounting students, it's 8. So this gives you a foundation. We want you to have that basis on macroeconomics, microeconomics, managerial, financial accounting, calculus, and business law courses. The goal here is for you to understand that if you want to graduate in 4 years, so we're going to encourage you to take 15 units every semester. 12 units is the minimum for you to be as a full-time student. But from experience, we have seen that most students, they can really handle those 15. And if you make this progress, 15 every semester, 30 a year, you will be on track to graduate in the 4 years. We encourage students, sometimes students are working part-time. We have a lot of students that are working full-time to help their families and support themselves. We have summer sessions, and these are actually very robust. A lot of preparation for the major courses. We have more and more upper division courses offered during the summer. So students can choose to do 12 units a semester, and then over summer is a great opportunity for you to pick up those extra 3 or 6 units to continue making progress. And a lot of our business majors, they end up with minors. Some of them are doing double majors. So during the summer, again, is a great opportunity for you to make up those units. All right. So we also wanted to share what is that path for you guys as transfer students that are coming in. Your first 2 years will hopefully be all completed and you are joining us in the upper division major. So some courses, we have core courses for every major, so including BA courses. So everybody's going to take one course in organizational behavior, one course in supply chain management, one course in marketing, because again, as a business student, you need to have that foundation and understand business in general. But for every specialization that you choose, we are going to encourage you, even on that first semester, to take a very specific course for your major. So for example, marketing students, we're going to encourage you to take Marketing 370, which is the BA 370. Finance students, we're going to tell you take a BA 323. And there is a reason for that. Courses go in sequence, many of them. So courses have prerequisites. So that means you're going to take Marketing 370 first before you're going to continue with your marketing courses. So again, it's part of our job as advisors to guide you, to help give you those paths. But again, we want to give you as many tools as possible for you to make your choices. Another tool that we have, and we work a lot with the students on that, is your degree evaluation. So that is available on the web portal. And every advising session that we have the students pull the degree evaluation. We teach them how to read that document because that is exactly the path that you are going to take before you graduate. So very hands-on. We also encourage you to take a BA 300. It's an introductory course that you will do on your first semester. That's a 1-unit class. So your first semester, you may end up with maybe 13 units or 14, depending on how many courses you choose to do. But again, we will be assisting you every step of the way. Let's see, resources. So this is a huge part of our office. As I mentioned, so many different things on campus that are available, but our center becomes that hub for you to come in and learn all the resources that are available. Most of you have never put your foot on campus, so this is an amazing picture that I like. To the right here is our office that houses the president, the provost's office. To the left will be our business office, and right in front of us is our center, our student union. So beautiful, beautiful campus. We all can't wait to be back. So some of these resources I wanted to point out is the writing center, the math center. These are housed in the library. Some students are amazing writers. Some can really use some help in writing. Math, we have students that are stronger in calculus or in statistics. Some of those that need help, we're absolutely going to guide them to the math center. One of the beauties of our center is because we provide individualized tutoring for all these preparation for the major courses, and for the core courses in upper division, we also provide tutoring. So just like our career services, there is one that serves campus-wide. We treat our students very specially. So we have dedicated tutoring just for them. The departments also have tutoring, but again, coming to our office to get information on the tutoring for these individualized classes, that is extremely important. The other thing that I want to emphasize is professor office hours. As you heard from Tina Tan, students are coming into the business school because they're looking for careers. They're looking for these opportunities for jobs, for internships. So at some point, you're going to need a recommendation letter. You are going to need somebody to vouch for you. So don't be that student that is coming at the end of the semester, has never met the professor, and oh, I'm applying for graduate school or I have a job offer. Can you have, a recommendation letter for you? So go to the professor's office hours, go early, go often, so that at the end, when you need that recommendation letter, the professor knows who you are. Same thing for us as advisors. I write recommendation letters for my students all the time. And I don't want to write a generic recommendation. I want to be personal. I want to make sure that I really know you. We encourage students to do study groups. Again, you're going to learn from each other and build that community. So again, these are some of the highlights. We have so much to offer. We as advisors, that's our job, is our passion, is to be here to inspire students and to impact one life a day. So thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you and look forward to having each one of you in our office. So back to you, Hema. I know we have an opportunity here for you to ask questions. So it's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Thank you. And so yes, please make sure you're entering all of your questions into the Q&A tab. We have Sarah Mercado, who is going to be our Q&A moderator, and she's been answering some questions already that have been submitted, but I know we would like to take some time to answer some questions live. And so it looks like we have plenty of time, about 20 minutes or so, to answer some questions. So please continue to ask them as they come up, and all of us are here and available to answer. So Sarah?
Thank you, Hema. So yes, we've had some great questions this morning, and I've seen a lot of them kind of with the academic focus. So I think I'm going to be keeping Patricia and Christy pretty busy with these questions, but keep them rolling in. The first one I wanted to pass off to Patricia is that we've had several students asking about changing their major, both as freshmen and as transfers. So I'm hoping, Patricia, if you could go over that process. I think there's concerns about, is it really hard to do that? What do I need to do? So any information would be awesome.
Yes, absolutely. It is very possible. So we encourage students to connect with their advisor, because we will be able to guide you exactly what time is best for you to change your major. So for freshmen, as we mentioned, all these preparation for the major courses are going to be the same. So that gives you an opportunity to take some accounting, take, some finance courses and see which path is the best for me. But again, even as a freshman, if you don't know, students change their emphasis all the time. they can come to us as advisors, and part of what we love to do is we're going to pick your brain. What is that ideal job? What is that career? What does that look like? So that we can really help you figure it out. What is that major going to look like? And for the transfer students, I would recommend meet with your advisor soon. Meet with them early, because even on that first semester, some of these major courses in upper division are going to be the same. Some of them are very specific per major, as I mentioned. So you don't want to get too far into your major and then decide, I'm going to switch to finance on my last semester, because there will be some courses that you would have to take and kind of catch up. So the message here is meet with your advisor even before you start. We are here to help you set up an appointment with us.
Thank you, Patricia. This next question is going to be for Christy. Christy, we had a lot of questions about BA 100. There's a little bit of confusion if transfer students take this class. So if you could just talk about who it's for and then maybe what resources we offer for transfer students.
Yeah, of course, that's a really good question. BA 100 is specifically for incoming freshmen. So it is designed for first-time freshmen. So new transfer students would not take the BA 100 course. But as Sarah mentioned, we're really trying to be very creative, especially now during this COVID era, of how are we going to connect with transfer students. So we're currently looking, you will have a lot of interaction with your advisor. I would say certainly for new transfer students, get involved in student organizations. It especially for accounting students. We have 3 accounting student organizations. For those accounting students, the accounting field has a very unique recruiting timeline and recruiting path that's very different than all of our other disciplines within business. Where you are gonna learn about that accounting timeline, and our career management center is certainly involved, but the day-to-day really knowledge is passed down in those student organizations. So that's a great place to really start connecting in smaller groups. But be on the lookout for our advisors to be doing a lot of outreach to make sure that as new transfer students, you are connected, you're engaged, and you're moving forward in the right direction.
Thank you, Christy. All right, I have the $1 million question next, and I'm gonna punt this over to Dr. Reinig, our dean here in the college. Will classes be in person in the fall?
So we will have a mix of in-person classes as well as some virtual classes and some hybrid classes in the fall. Right now, if you're a first-time freshman coming in, you'll have, if you want to take in-person classes, you should be able to enroll in 3 or 4 classes pretty safely. I don't think that'll be a problem. We're still working out the fall schedule for our community college transfer students coming in, but we'll have in-person options for them as well. What is less clear is what student preferences are going to be when they start in the fall. I think some students are going to prefer in-person. Some may still be more comfortable in virtual, and some may want to mix. And so we're really working to build a fall schedule that will work for all of those circumstances.
Thank you, Dr. Reinig. This next question is actually for Tina. Tina, can you talk a little bit more about the career success plan that was mentioned? Student was actually asking for a link to that, so maybe you can explain when they'll have access.
So it's the Career Success Handbook, which I like to call it the one-stop shop for all career resources. And it's a digital handbook that's available on demand. Once you are a current student, you will have access to this in your e-learning platform, and you will receive reminders that you have access to the Career Success Handbook in those weekly emails.
Awesome. Thanks, Tina. So our next question, we had a couple questions about where certain departments fall. So where does economics fall at SDSU, which as I did answer, but just to clarify, that is in a different college than business. So if you're interested in that, that would be a different presentation. But we also had a question about international business and how does that work, because it is a joint program. And I'm wondering if Patricia, I know you have special knowledge of this program, if you could just explain a little bit more about how international business, the major, works.
Yes, absolutely. And so the international business is a joint major. It's collaboration between arts and letters and the College of Business. So these students have the privilege of taking business courses, and at the same time, they're going to take regional and cultural courses and language classes. So they will be prepared not only to do business internationally, but they will be proficient in a second, some students in a third language. And there is a mandatory study abroad for them. There is a mandatory internship. So it's an incredible major. And again, it's joint, but the final degree, that the bachelor's degree that the student gets, it's a Bachelor of Arts. So it's an arts and letters degree, because 2/3 of their major sits in arts and letters, and then the 1/3 sits in business. But it is an incredible opportunity. And I know our provost, Dr. Ochoa, has something I would like to add. Yes, please.
Yes, that the International Business Program ranks 5th nationally in the country. It is very unique because it is a combined interdisciplinary degree where people go study abroad and take classes in that country's language, which is very intensive, so that you not only understand the business side of that, but you also understand the cultural dimensions of that country and components of that language that are very, very critical. We get a lot of applications for that program, and it is ranked 5th, as I said, nationally.
Thank you, Provost Ochoa, and thank you, Patricia. I appreciate that. The next question is actually about our Bmac program. So if nobody minds, I think I'll go ahead and answer this question. I think we mentioned this, but I am the advisor for our accounting students here in the Fowler College of Business. So I am very knowledgeable about the Bmac program. In case you missed that earlier, that's the program where you earn both your bachelor's and your master's degree in accounting in about 5 years if you go straight through. So it's an awesome program. The question was specifically asking about when would we apply for that? And so it's only open to undergraduate declared accounting students. And this is typically something you apply for in your junior year. So it's great that if you're an incoming freshman, you're thinking about it. That's awesome. The best thing you can do for yourself is study hard, keep those grades up, because GPA is definitely one of the major factors in admission into that program. So our next question, there's a couple questions dealing with, how many students, what percentage of students graduate in 4 years. I think that's an important topic and something to address. Christy, do you mind answering that and kind of giving them a little bit better understanding of how that works?
Sure. So to answer the question, for first-time freshmen, our latest 4-year graduation rate, and I wrote this down because I was thinking this might be a question, is just under 61% for first-time freshmen. Our 6-year first-time freshman graduation rate is just under 80%. For transfers, that 2-year graduation rate, almost 63%. 4-year transfer graduation rate is almost 90%. So it's important to put those graduation rates in context, because those are above average for public 4-year university. So our graduation rates each year continue to climb. We're very excited. What I like to say about graduation rates is our job is to help students graduate in the timeline that you want to graduate. For most students that are coming in as a freshman, that's 4 years. For most transfers, that's 2 years. But sometimes there are other circumstances. And so our goal and our job is to help you get to where you want to be. And so that's what our advisors are here for, is to make sure you're taking classes in the right time, you're meeting prerequisites, your GPAs look good. And that's why we encourage you to come see us every semester to make sure we're doing those regular check-ins. And that's the really nice part about our office, is that you do have that dedicated academic advisor that's with you from orientation, even before orientation. They're available to you now if you have questions, all the way through graduation.
Thank you, Christy. That was another question that came up. When can I contact somebody? I've been admitted, I'm really eager to go. And so our advisors are here to help you at any point in the process. For transfer students, we do need to get access to your transcripts and your records, and that will take a little bit of time as those get submitted, but we can share whatever we know at that point in the process. So don't feel afraid to ever reach out to somebody in the Fowler Center for Student Success, because we are here to help you out. So I had a great question that I think comes up for a lot of students when they think about SDSU. Sometimes they think about large classes and they have some fears about, am I going to get the classes I need? So the specific question is, how hard is it to get classes you need or want to graduate in 4 years? So I know several of you could probably answer that, but Patricia, would you mind talking a little bit more about that, please?
There you go, I'm muted. Yes, absolutely. I would say that from my experience, classes are available. Absolutely. What we do as advisors is to help the students plan so that they are taking classes in order, in the sequence that is required. It is a lot of educating because sometimes the students look at the class schedule and they see 60 out of 60 and they think, oh, the classes are full. No, that means out of a 60 classroom, still 60 seats available. So understanding how to read the class schedule is one way that we help them. But the second thing that I emphasize to my students a lot, and all of us as advisors do, is you will take the classes when the classes are offered. So you can't be too picky in that sense that it's an 8 o'clock class, so I don't want to go to the 8 o'clock class. Oh, but it's only offered at 7 o'clock at night. When you graduate and you are doing these jobs and these internships, you will have to be in the office at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can't tell your boss, I'm going to show up at 10:30 because I'm not a morning person. That's not going to work. So this is the best time and the best opportunity for you to treat your school, to treat your classes as a job. You are in school. If the class is offered at 8 o'clock, you will be ready. You will be prepared at 8 o'clock. So the message is, yes, there are plenty of courses available. We're going to teach you how to read the class schedule. We're going to help you prepare. But just like anything in life, right? You have to pivot, you have to be open-minded, and you have to do what it takes. So that's the message there.
Thank you, Patricia. That was a very helpful answer. And I know even for me, it puts everything in perspective. So there's been a lot of questions about who's my advisor? How do I find that? So I'm going to teach you guys a quick trick. It's just Googling. It's not really a trick. But go ahead if you'll Google Fowler College of Business. So that's us, right? When you get there to that page that you've Googled, you'll see there's several different tabs, and one of them is undergraduate. So if you just hover over that undergraduate tab there, you'll see on the right-hand side under undergraduate resources, there's academic advising. So click on that. And you will see different ways to meet with an advisor, also just our basic information like our email. We do have phones, some of us, but I do recommend in this time that you go ahead and send us an email. Of course, if you need to call, we do check our voicemail, but email's a little bit faster right now. So don't hesitate to reach out via email or set up an appointment. We are here to help you. Like I said, there'll be some things for transfer students, especially that we're waiting on additional information to get you the most complete picture of what you're going to be taking, but we'll let you know that when you contact us. So definitely feel free to reach out. Okay, let's see how we're doing on time. One thing that has come up a couple times that maybe Hema could actually answer is, where am I going to find a recording of this session? I came in late or I had to leave early. Hema, do you mind just going over that real quick about where students can find the recording?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple places you can access it. We have our own YouTube channel within the college. If you go to business.sdsu.edu, at the bottom footer, you'll see a direct link to our YouTube channel. So the video will be accessed there. And then it will also be available on the Explore SDSU website. So www.sdsu.edu/Explore SDSU. And I'll put that in the chat as well. Give us some time to clip and edit. We'll probably have it up to you early next week.
Thank you, Hema. So let's squeeze in one last question. I think we have time, and I want to make sure we get as many of these answered as possible. And we didn't get to all of them, so I apologize for that, but that's kind of how this goes. So reach out to us in the Fowler Center for Student Success. I showed you that quick trick to find the advisors, but reach out with your questions and we're happy to help. So last question. The question is, what is the average class size for the major classes? So Christy, maybe you could touch on average class size for us so students will get a better idea of what they're in for.
So it really depends on the class. So for the incoming freshmen, one of the classes that you're going to be taking, almost all freshmen will take a rhetoric and writing course. That course is specifically designed to be on the smaller side. So maybe that's 25, 30 students. You might have another class, maybe statistics is 100 students, but there could be a smaller breakout session associated with that class. So I think you'll find a variety in those first 2 years, some intentionally very small, some a little larger, might have that small group breakout component. Most will be in the middle somewhere. And then once we get into the upper division major, again, it kind of depends on the course. Some of our foundational courses that all of our business students take will be a little bit larger. Again, maybe 60, 70 students, maybe even they could get a little bit larger than that. Once you get into your major courses and the further along you go, the smaller that they're going to get. So it's a complicated question to answer because I think you're going to experience sort of all of those modalities. But I will say that SDSU, I feel like, is sort of the best of both worlds. It is a large public university. There are a lot of students. It's very dynamic. There's lots of exciting things happening. But in a lot of ways, it feels like a small community. I really believe you will start seeing the same students in your classes. You will build community at SDSU and within Fowler.
I wanted to add, if I could, for this fall, the writing and rhetoric courses will be 19-1. We've reduced the size, which is very small compared to other state institutions and is comparable to private schools. But we put a great emphasis in writing, so this fall they will be 19-1.
That's awesome. That's really great. Thank you, Provost Ochoa, and thank you, Christy. It looks like we're almost out of time, so I'm going to pass this back to Hema to take us on out.
Thank you, Sarah, and for everybody. There was several resources mentioned by everybody on the call. So our website, business.sdsu.edu, our social channels, if you want to send us a direct message there, we can help facilitate and find the best place for the answer to go. So at SDSU Fowler, our Career Management Center that Tina spoke about, business.sdsu.edu/career, and then our Center for Student Success. I know there was a lot of questions we didn't get to, but that's the website that we are at, as well as a contact email for questions from our students. So thank you to everybody for joining. I want to send it back to Bruce, Dean Reinig, to take us out.
So I want to thank the team for doing such a great job today and for making this event happen in this virtual setting. Thank you, Provost, for joining us today as well. We're very excited about the Fowler College of Business and the opportunity to share our programs with you. If anything comes to your mind that we didn't cover today, please do reach out to us so we can get that question answered. We're looking forward to having our campus back open and showing off our campus to everyone soon. So thank you all. Stay safe. Have a great Saturday.